Hey there, guys and girls, and welcome to podcast episode 3. I am joined by some very exciting guests today. One of the best teams in Australia. They've recently taken out online round 3 here at ACL. I am, of course, talking about New Era. New Era, of course, consisting at the moment of Talent, Fade, and Vibe. Guys, thanks very much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, good, thanks.
That's the way, guys. We have some very interesting news that I've heard about your team, guys. But look, we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, I want to talk about your recent win in online round 3. A big upset to many. You guys actually took it out in a fairly dominating style. 3-0ing Envious in round 1 of the winners bracket before losing very early to break even. In the losers bracket, you fought hard through Endure, Chimera and Infamous, and then overthrowed the 2 favourites possibly of this competition, Mind Freak and Vox Eminor, then on to face Team Sidewinder in the finals, eventually winning in a nail-biting series 6-5. First of all, Talent, was it a shock to lose against BE in winners bracket round 2?
Well, not really, eh? Like, to be honest, they were a good team, and we were playing not to our standards. So we I don't know, we accept the loss, and we just had to talk it over and see what went wrong, and then we came back pretty positive for the rest of the day.
Also, can I just add that our first series of the day was forfeited, so we didn't really get to warm up. So we felt that in the first series against BE, that our shots weren't on and we just weren't thinking clearly. And BE, I'm not trying to take the win away from BE, but yeah, we felt like we weren't playing very well.
Obviously, it would have an effect if you go into a competition, especially against some hard competition like BE with no warm-up. So probably understandable there, guys. Well, after that loss to BE in winners bracket round 2, as I said earlier, you guys then went on to face teams Endure, Chimera and Infamous. Fade, was there any standout games in those series?
There was one against Infamous that we really started clicking. Like, as soon as we went into the losers bracket, we were sort of just in a low. Like, we were just so shocked because we were expecting to place well. Yeah. And being in the losers bracket, we were like, our back's up against the wall straight away. This is not good. But slowly we started to get more and more confident as we worked through the teams. And then when we faced Infamous, we really saw a spark of teamwork, and it pretty much just led us all the way from there out of the comp.
Well, it must have been a strong spark, mate, to carry you all the way through. Of course, after that game, you then came up against Vox Eminor, number 2 team from Sydney. Tell me, Vibe, was it intimidating at all to face off against the number 2 team at LAN from ACL Sydney? And did you expect to 3-0 them?
I wouldn't say it was intimidating, but we were expecting them to put up a fight because they are a good team from, obviously coming second. But we were confident in our teamwork to, play really aggressive on them, and in the end it paid out because we put lots of pressure on their spawns and felt that, it was a good win.
Also, it's mainly because we did have momentum from all the other teams we just beat before them. Like Josh said, we had our backs up against the wall and we just came out guns blazing. And so when we did play them, we were full confident, and that is a big boost for sure. We ruffle stomped them in the first game, and we're like, man, we got this. And it just took us through the next 2 games after that. Obviously, it was close games, but we just felt like we had them the whole time.
All right, so you obviously had the confidence to carry you through. It's probably fair to say that the confidence issue is a big thing. If you go in real negative, then you're probably not going to be really positive in the game, and therefore probably lose battles that you probably normally wouldn't, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so after, as I said, you 3-0'd Vox Eminor in the losers bracket there, and then you came up against the team that many, including myself, actually picked to win the event, Mind Freak Razor, in the losers bracket final. Mind Freak Razor consisting of Hopi, Horned, Royal Fan and Pulse. They're definitely a strong lineup. Guys, any of you can answer this. What did you expect from this team?
Well, we expected to be, them to be probably the hardest team to play against. And to be fair to them, they were really hard to play against. But we felt that our pressure was just, we want to roll. We just had a break, and we thought we got our thoughts together. And we came into that game really confident and just went out blazing, and just we didn't give up for 1 second. And as soon as the first game we won.
Yeah.
What was
don't know.
I'm not sure, I can't remember what map it was, but we just came out really strong and won the first map, and we knew as soon as we won the first game that we have a good chance. We have a good chance of winning this.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
But it's a shame that obviously we had a bit of technical difficulties with Royal, but I mean, to be honest, like that is part of it. So
online comp and
Yeah.
stuff we can do about
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
just
And yeah, it was
unfortunate.
it was a shame to see it lag out, but that happens online.
Yeah, it's one of those issues that just come with the competition, I suppose. But look, still a well-earned win with the series score being 3-1. All right, so that was the losers bracket final. You guys then, after one of the longest fights I've personally ever seen in competition through a losers bracket, I mean, you lost in winners bracket round 2 and fought all the way through, coming up to the final against Team Sidewinder. You won the continuation series in a nail-biting, crazy 6-5 fashion. There was some struggling games there. I saw a 50-49 series, an element that had a bit of argument there about the connection. But look, that's all part of the game. Look, first of all, I have to ask. I've asked about a previous series, but were there any standout games in this series that had to have been in a 6-5 series?
Well, I don't know. Besides the element, like I don't know. All the games were so close. Like we had like one intense series with them. Like you said, like we were so drained, and we've been playing for the whole day. Like honestly, like that was 12 hours of something like solid gaming. Like it was like we had one break to go up to Subway, grab a feed, come back. That was it.
Yep.
So we were knackered as. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with like how well our team played. Like we put the pressure on, and we just came back with confidence. And those games against TSW, they were sick. Like one of the best series I've ever had out of all the Halo games I've played, and I've been playing since Halo 2. So it was really like such an awesome day, eh?
Yeah, and it was pretty much we'd win a game, then they'd take a game. We'd win a game, then take a game. But also to remember that they came first in the pro bracket. So they had a 3-0 lead on us, so we had to win the first
3, which we didn't know anyway.
Yeah, we had no idea, so we thought, we can win this.
There's so many stages where we actually thought we'd lost and been knocked out. Because, like, they won I think it was a Z-Lot flag, and that was the one where we actually thought, okay, that was it. We tried our best, we got second, that was alright. Because pretty much we got told, like, we'd have to win, 6, and they only had to win 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, that's pretty hard to come back from. But since we won the first 3, obviously, they lose their life, and it evened it up. And when we got told that, it was like...
Yeah,
it was, I don't know, shining down from God. It was pretty sick.
It was an awesome feeling to know that we're still in it and we can still go hard out.
But then near the end there, the 10th game, they had the lead, and it was element, like you said, 49 all. There was a DMR battle, I guess, and it was it was so close. I know me personally, me and Talent were hiding in a corner, both no shields, about to get pushed on.
Hard.
And then that little DMR battle happened, and I screamed out no. I heard Vibe through the mic scream out yes. Daniel right next to me scream out yes, and I was, what happened? And it turns out that we won, and then it was.
We all just pretty much screamed into the mic. It was just so happy.
So the Halo gods was shining on you that day.
Yeah,
definitely. And the game after that.
We just had
we
had
a feeling because we felt like our team was just in sync at that point.
The funniest thing is, like, Android Slayer, like, it was not our strongest match. We hated it, but we played so early. Who was it? Like, Boxy,
it was against Voxy and Mindfreak.
Yeah,
as well.
we played so well on Android. Like, we hated it.
Coming into the comp, it was our worst match. We actually legitimately hadn't played it 4 days straight.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Wow.
But it's just confidence, eh? And it's just we just had that feeling, and like we were just playing. And I don't know, since we knew we had that one more chance to actually take them to the final game, it was like, nah, we ain't gonna lose this. We just didn't want to go out. We've been fighting for the whole day. I just knew since we got there, it was ours.
Yeah. And our communication in that last game was
immaculate.
Amazing. We just came out with such aggression, such speed. I actually didn't recognise our team from Voxy onwards. It was just
it was a completely new style of gameplay because we're more. Most people don't think we are, but we are more a structured team. So we rely off our pushes on map control, our setups and stuff, and we felt like we couldn't do that. But we changed it up to just fully teamwork and just watch our teammates non-stop, and it just worked.
Yeah, intensity. Yeah, pretty much we changed from structure to just fast-paced intensity. Like we definitely picked up our speed of the game.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was just like it worked with Jace or like we changed it up. So it was good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
It was really
awesome.
Well, whether there was debate over the 10th game in Element TS or not, look, guys, it seemed like a very deserved win. You fought all the way back, all the way in from losers bracket round 2, came right through, won the losers bracket final, and then ended up winning the competition. So all I could say is congratulations, a very well-deserved win. It's a great precursor to ACL Brisbane, the LAN coming up. Speaking of which, we do need to get onto our hot topic at the moment. Jace, you're recently picked up fourth, and teammate during your online round 3 win has come onto the ACL website saying that he's been dropped just a few days after this momentous win. First of all, can someone confirm this for me, and what happened?
Yeah, that's true. So what happened, that's hard to say. Obviously, there's a couple of facts that come into it, but like we just want to get it clear. Like obviously, we don't just pick up players and drop them just for like no reason. Like we wanted to stay with them and try them out, and like we won obviously using them. So you can't say like we're dropping them because I don't know, we want someone different. Like it worked out, but it's just it wasn't quite the right gameplay and game style for us. So.
See, that would obviously be confusing for most of the community, seeing like, I suppose the question that's raised is what kind of play style are you after? Because it seems that, like, it's kind of fair to say that New Era goes through a few more teammates than most. I mean, you dropped Pulse for Vibe just before ACL Sydney, and then you had, I think it was Godlike, I'm not quite sure, there a little bit before that. Look, would you have been able to make a really decent, strong team with Jace given more time? Because, like I said, you did take out online round 3, did overthrow teams like Fox Seminole and Mindfreak. So, how do you justify that in your minds?
Yeah, this is sort of a hard question to answer. For every other teammate that we've had in our New Era career, we have been happy with a lot of them. Like, a lot of the times we drop them, it's not because of their gameplay or anything like that. Like, I don't want to go into specifics or anything, but, like, someone like Blaze, he was a perfectly fine player. He just had one little issue, which was communication that we couldn't get over. Mm-hmm. Like, every player only had one little thing, and it was just really unfortunate. With Jace, it was just time. Like, he was improving.
Just not at the pace.
Yeah, our goal was... is Brisbane. We didn't go into round 3 like going for the win or anything. We were just going in for practice. Like It was a great achievement coming first and all that. But yeah, and we just felt as a team that we weren't going to be able to take out immunity at Brisbane if we kept that same lineup.
Well, Mindfreak at the moment because.
Well, I must say though, guys. Well, if Jace was making some mistakes in game or not learning, were the mistakes he was making in game be able to be fixed in the coming weeks? And if yes, why didn't you go through the effort instead of dropping him? And also, why would you rely on a potential pickup that I don't think you would have ever teamed with before, unless you're going with past teammates, in the hopes that they'll pick up everything just like that in the next 3 weeks?
Yeah, well, to be honest, like obviously we I don't know, we got people we want to look at, and we're thinking about that, but it's a bit of a risk, but it's a risk either way with Jace because he wasn't improving at the rate that we wanted him to.
Okay.
So,
and it wasn't like we weren't spending the time to go over films with him. Like we have been teaming with Jace for 5 weeks, so
yep.
I mean I go over films with Jace every day for a couple of hours, and I drill him as hard as I possibly can because Jace is the sort of player who wants to learn. It's
not dedication.
It's not dedication. Jace is a talented player, but I mean this is Daniel's last event before he might even retire because if we don't do well, we don't know what he'll do. So it was more of a question of the things that Jace needed to improve on. He wasn't doing it quick enough, and
right. Do you guys think that? Because there seems to be the sense in the community that you seem to be searching for this perfection that might not be actually attainable.
That is true though, because I honestly think that our community just isn't up to American standards. Obviously, just because of the lack of players, and like you look at the top 4 teams. Like I think there's more conflicts between players. Like if people could get over those conflicts, I think we could have teams that would actually be taking games off immunity.
Right.
But it's just too many conflicts, I think. So. I literally think there's probably, maybe 8, maybe 12 players that could be up there with the immunity standards, but it's just they're all in different teams, so that's the thing,
Okay. Well, look, I tell you what, guys. In the end, obviously, you would be looking out for the best interests for a New Era. You guys think you are making them the right moves. So, look, I do wish you the best of luck, and I hope you do go well at Brisbane. I'm sure we'll see in the coming weeks what will be happening with New Era. I must ask before we move on. Is there any names being thrown around for a potential 4th? Is it locked in, or...?
No, we
can't release anything.
Exactly. We're talking that through and having to think about players and stuff, but...
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, guys. Look, I do have to ask a question that might have something to do with Jace. Everyone has been talking about the Game LAN recently, with it taking place just a couple of weeks ago and the finals coming up. You guys obviously didn't attend. Did that have anything to do with your current lineup, or did it have anything to do with Jace at all?
Yeah, it actually had a lot to do with Jace, because we felt when we picked him up that
Potential.
Yeah, there was really, really good potential, and we thought, we really thought about it going to Game LAN, and it wasn't local as well, so we had to fly down and fly back and fly down, and we thought that with Jace we could actually get there,
Yeah, we didn't want to drop Jace because, like, obviously, as much as the community knows, he's only 14, which wouldn't enable him to attend that LAN. For us to attend, we would have to drop him, and
we were just getting
shock to the community. Yeah, we didn't want to drop another player. We don't intentionally want to do it.
But
right.
We risked their whole sponsor for him, and it just didn't quite work out, and that's just how it is.
I suppose that shows that there was some love for Jace there. It wasn't just
exactly.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, still cool.
Well, that's awesome, guys. All right, leading up to Brisbane, we're going to be chucking in a lot of practice. I know you guys will be. And speaking of that, I heard there's a little or big Preland coming up. Can someone tell me about this Preland?
Yeah, for sure. We're pretty much at our flat. We've got one of the best, setups for having a Preland. Yep. And we're just going to obviously try and chuck a video up, and so people can see, what we've got planned. So it's really going to just come down to attendance and who's keen to come, So, we'll show you guys, obviously, in a later video or some shit.
Awesome. So is there any confirmed team names who are attending?
Yeah, Vox Team Minor are confirmed, and I think we're organising Break Even to come.
Yep.
It's looking at about 6 teams max to come during the day and 3 teams to stay.
There'll be a video.
But it'll be pretty much discounting one of us, so it'll be 2 teams to stay. So.
Yeah, pretty much 2 teams to stay, and then as well as us.
Yeah.
Awesome, sounds fantastic. So, look, another question I have, a little bit off topic, but just talking about all your recent team changes and stuff and how you're trying to search for this team perfection, is it fair to say that you guys are serious enough to still be looking for a sponsor? Because I assume you guys are looking for a sponsor, because you are obviously a strong team. I mean, you beat sponsored teams in online round 3. So are you still looking for a sponsor? Are you still a serious enough team to look for that?
Yeah, we are. Hang on one second. Just the phone rang. We are definitely still looking for a sponsor. I mean, the fact that we missed out on the Game LAN was really devastating, because that's one of the biggest things to happen in Australian esports that I've ever heard of anyway.
Yeah.
And the fact that Voxing are sponsored and we're taking games off them, we feel like if there's any sponsors out there looking to sponsor us, we're more than happy to talk to you, because we really want the support to be able to get to as many lands as possible, and in the future maybe go to an American event and follow after teams like Community and just go for it.
Awesome. So if there's any potential sponsors listening to this podcast, you know who you're after. Check out the guys at NE. You can check them out at ACL. Righto, guys. I think that about wraps it up. Look, good luck with everything in future. Good luck with Brisbane. I'm sure you'll do fine. Before we end, any shout-outs? Talent, go.
Yeah, shout-outs to all the Kiwi teams as usual. Come over to Brisbane. Come to the Preland. Should be me.
I want to give a shout-out to Dazed and Aspic, very underrated players of the community.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout-out to my boys at ACL, Carl, Jared, and Andy.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for taking your time out with me. I appreciate it. And all right, guys, this will wrap up episode 3 of ACL's podcast. Don't forget to hang around and check out ACL for the latest and greatest news from the Australian gaming community. I'm Inmaniac. We'll catch you next time. So you guys took out the first online round, and now you've taken out the last one for the
That was good. Let's try that again.
What was with that?
Someone in the background.
Someone in the background, sorry.
All right. Well, we're still recording. That's it. I'm adding this in as the stuff up at the end of the clip. No, it's all right. Do you want it in or not?
Yeah, let's do it.